I think that is peachy.
Oh, why did she leave?
No, she blinked.
Oh, yeah, okay. She better than your phone.
Mm-hmm.
Only a few founders know about this station here. It's very old and very well concealed. From what I can tell, the Dominion studied alien life here, including the Herc. We may be able to recover useful tactical data on them from the station's computers. They shouldn't be a problem. Take us into comms range and open a hailing frequency. I'll deal with whoever's in charge on those ships. So far, so good. They're not targeting us.
You do not have authorization to enter this system first. This is unacceptable. You've shown a singular talent for annihilating the Herc. I suggest you return to that before my patience with your disobedience expires.
There's no need for this posturing, Founder. We're here on official business under my authority.
Odo, it seems to be a day for defiance and bad habits. You do not have the authority to grant access to this system. It is restricted to all but those of the highest level, a level you do not possess. Now then, I suggest you leave immediately.
Say me. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere, Jess.
Fire to disable. Odo must not be harmed.
Dominion forces. This is Counselor Derek aboard the Tame. Cease hostilities. Consider that your first and only warning.
We must protect the Founder. All ships, disengage!
Impressive. An ancient research facility, and with a very important guardian as well. It appears coming in under cloak was a sound tactical decision, though we were expecting to catch Annie Herc off guard, not the leader of the Dominion. High praise indeed. This station must be of significant value to your rulers. The founder was willing to fire on one of her own to protect its secrets. I'm looking forward to discovering what's inside.
Since when does the founder stand guard duty, Odo?
She doesn't. Let's find out what she's hiding.
We don't have a lot of time. We may have held off the founder for now, but she'll be back, and she'll bring friends. Let's get down there and find what we came here for, before every Jem'Hadar in the Quadrant shows up.
I couldn't agree more, Captain. Why don't you and the Ambassador join the away team while I remain on guard with my fleet? On any other day, I'd be the first to beam down. However, after the Karema incident, I believe both the captain and the ambassador need to discover the truth of this station together. Call it a trust-building exercise.
Captain Kira makes a good point. Let's get this over with before it gets even more complicated than it already is.
Looks like the station's running on auxiliary power. We've got life support, basic lighting, not much else. If we're gonna get anything useful out of this relic, we'll need to get the main power back online.
Stay vigilant. We have no idea what to expect here.
Well done. Main power is back online. We'll be able to access other systems, including the data core. Let's find an access console and see what's in there. Hopefully the data files aren't corrupted beyond repair.
You got some lovin's from me, now it's over to you.
Yeah.
This terminal is in poor shape. None of the files are accessible. Considering their age, I'm not terribly surprised. The founders wouldn't keep a place like this hidden to protect dust and broken files. Let's check all the data terminals and consoles in the area. That one over there looks reasonably intact.
Research Report 4121.63, Dominion Reckoning. My fellow founders, the Mesan Research Station is fully operational. As we continue to add worlds to our sphere of influence, our studies of xenobiology become more important. We must know all we can of both friend and foe. We need every advantage we can find if we are to achieve true dominion. Our Premier project is underway. You'll recall the recently discovered race of tree dwellers, hunted as we once were. Genetic engineering of these solids has produced considerable results. Their intelligence has increased by a factor of 3 so far. We predict this species will be the first of many loyal servitors and vassals.
She's talking about the Vorta. The date she gave was nearly 2,000 years ago, not long after the Dominion was founded. This facility's older than we thought. Much older.
Research Report 4653.15, Dominion Reckoning. Our scouts have discovered an interesting species of solids at the edge of the Dominion. They are a species of sentient insectoids that live primarily underground. We may not have detected them were it not for a thorough geological scan. Initial studies have revealed that these solids are based on germanium. I've attached bioscan data we collected on them for your review. I've dispatched a research unit to study these burrows further. They may be just what we need for the military initiative.
Actually, no, that up there.
Burrowing sentient insectoids. Germanium-based. She must be talking about the Herc. Judging by the date, the Founders made first contact with the Herc nearly 2,000 years ago.
Research Report, Dominion Date 7021.27. More data has arrived on the Cadre species 484 designation, burrows. Their world's unusual orbital path has taken it out of the habitable zone. As a result, the burrows have retreated underground and entered a state of hibernation. While dormant, a smaller servitor race tends to the burrows. They also maintain their shared habitat and technology. I've instructed the field team to take advantage of their dormancy period, and they are now conducting aggressive studies of these intriguing solids. My team initiated first contact protocols with the borrowers prior to their mass dormancy. They found them to be friendly and intelligent, if not willful. We've identified a common element in their food supply. Manipulation of this element may prove useful in subjugating them.
Unbelievable. It sounds like the Founders made first contact with the Herc in order to find a way to conquer them. It's like Quark says, the bigger the smile, the sharper the knife.
Research Report 7903.01, Dominion Reckoning. Cadre Species 468, designation Jem'Hadar, is a massive success. They will be the strong arm of our Dominion, guided by our cunning, brilliant Vorta. The toil of these vassals will allow us to spend more time in the link with those we hold most dear.
The birth of the Jem'Hadar, as seen through a Founder's eyes. Interesting. No mention of the Herc, however. Their designation number was lower than ours. They were our predecessors. Perhaps something went wrong? Something that led the Founders to reject and abandon them for a different species. Us.
Research report Dominion date 8183.67. The burrowers have emerged once again, and in a hostile state. They have taken to the stars, moving from sector to sector, attacking anyone that crosses their path. Their goal is not one of conquest, but of consumption. They leave nothing but dead worlds in their wake. Though we do not understand their newfound savagery, we have found a use for it. When the burrowers set their sights on a world, we offer the inhabitants a choice. Those that submit to our Dominion rule are defended by the Jem'Hadar. Those that don't serve as an object lesson to others.
So, the Founders have been using the Herc to manipulate others for some time now. Bend the knee to the Dominion, or we'll stand back and let them ravage your world. Only now something's different. Something's changed. They can't keep the Herc in line with the Jem'Hadar anymore. And we're all paying the price.
Research report 8532.38. Our scouts have returned from a wormhole expedition. The solid races on the other side are primitive and unremarkable, save for one. They are called Klingons, and show a singular talent for violence, one that rivals our own Jem'Hadar. Left unchecked, these savage creatures could become dangerous enemies. While the Klingons are too willful to subjugate, their genetic material could produce viable cohorts to the Jem'Hadar, or their replacements. We have begun development of a new cadre species, designation Fakiri, using demons from Klingon folklore for inspiration. As with Jem'Hadar, we have bound them to our service with the White. We will test them in combat on the Klingons themselves. Research report supplemental entry 8671.71 Dominion Reckoning. Somehow the Fakari have broken the hold of the White and turned on their rightful masters. Most of our research team were killed. Intelligence reports suggest a union between the Fakari and a Klingon warlord known as Mullah. Perhaps this will lead to a state of mutually assured destruction on Quanos. One can only hope.
So it would seem. Only they lost control of them, despite the use of Ketracel White. Based on what we know about Fakiri, it seems the price they paid for their freedom was insanity. They became the monsters they were based on.
Learning about these Fakiri has given me much to consider. They defied their gods and rejected the White. They were strong, but not strong enough. I can't help but wonder, could the Jem'Hadar succeed where the Fakiri failed? Do we have the strength of body and mind to stand apart from the gods? An interesting question for a later time. For now, there is only duty to the Founders.
I don't mind pushing the lights. I really don't well off the
Research report 9076.23. Final entry. I am weary. Soon I'll return to the Great Link, and I will be glad to be rid of this place. The borrowers have emerged again. We can barely control them this time. The Jem'Hadar were able to divert their onslaught at great cost. Rather than counterattack, they went through the wormhole to seek easier prey. Our agents in the other quadrants report that the burrow assault was a sweeping one, going as far as Kronos. Hopefully they'll devour every atom of that wretched planet. The burrowers will eventually return to dormancy. Strangely, it appears that some of their forces intend on remaining in the other quadrants. It seems they have a long-term goal: galactic devastation.
Yes, they knew the Herc problem was getting worse even then. Instead of preparing or seeking allies, they expanded the Dominion. And when the Herc re-emerged, they tried to deal with it on their own, and failed. Their arrogance may lead to the end of the Dominion. We need to get this data to the Alliance, all of it, even the damaged and corrupted files. There has to be information we can use in here.
I'm picking up something on my tricorder. There was a massive power spike on a lower deck, and now I'm reading a large number of systems cycling up. Something's happening down there.
Agreed. Take your team and Captain Kira down to investigate. I'll remain here and pull as much of the data as possible. We won't get another chance at this.
That's it, the next challenge, I think.
Tell me about it. Let's stay focused on the mission. Now that we're closer to the signal, I'm getting better readings on my tricorder. I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure everything that came online down here has some sort of medical purpose. I'm still uncertain about Odo. I need to be sure he's still not a part of all this. The Odo I knew wouldn't have risked Bajor like that. This Odo seems arrogant and reckless, even dangerous. Well, that answers one question. These are medical stasis pods. Judging by what we heard upstairs, I think the occupants are Fakiri. It gets worse. I'm picking up life signs ahead. I'll bet some of the stasis pods down here have opened. From what we know about the Fakiri, they probably won't be happy to see us.
Probably not very good.
Yeah.
Worf and Martok need to see this.
What do you say, he'll go wrong?
I'm picking up traces of Ketracel White in these tanks. The Dominion probably manufactured it here to keep the Fakiri in line, and took it with them when they left the facility. So, we have a station full of angry Fakiri with no way to pacify them. We've got company, and they don't look friendly.
Yeah, somewhere.
We're lucky there were only a few of them. I don't want to be around if all of these Fakiri wake up. Let's see if we can find some way to keep the rest of these pods from opening. by the prophets. More incoming. Exit. Fast.
We're on our way to assist you.
I'll manage. Let's get out of here while we can.
Victory is life.
I can say with Rocky Juno, but I can say it every 5 seconds.
I think we've worn out our welcome. Garrick informs me that a number of unidentified vessels are emerging from hidden bays throughout the station. To make matters worse, the Herc have arrived. They're beginning to assault the station as we speak, and I don't need to tell you how that will end. It's time to leave. Looks like the Herc followed us down here.
It's been 2 hours. Don't speak to them.
They're awful. No. Yeah, about 2 hours. 5:15.
It's 2 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep moving. We're almost there.
What if I could, but I can't, so I won't.
Oh no! Look out!
Hold your fire. I think it's trying to communicate.
You might be right. Listen.
You can unlike me though, like this. Close.
Are you insane?
We were going to last long, didn't we? 2 minutes. I'm
relieved to see you. It's fortunate we arrived when we did. A moment later, that creature would have attacked the Founder.
Odo wasn't in any danger, Wayun. That Herc was peaceful. It was trying to communicate with us.
That's your opinion. Mine is that a Founder was in danger of being attacked by a member of an aggressive species. My duty was clear, as is my conscience. We're wasting time here, Captain. The station is on the verge of being overrun by the Herc. If you want to communicate with them some more, you're free to do so, but I recommend we leave immediately.
Once we return to the upper levels, we will be able to beam up and leave this place. Are you ready to return?
Glad you could join us. As you can see, the situation here has become rather combustible. The Herc I recognize, of course, but our other opponents remain a mystery. Some new type of Dominion attack craft, perhaps? Valkyrie? The monsters from stories that keep naughty Klingon children in line? I'm intrigued. Be sure to fill me in when you I remember Mr. Ward mentioning the here. Beginning to see why.
Looks like the Fakiri are pursuing the better part of Valor. Can't say I blame them. There's a lot of Herc out there.
That was a strange revelation. We've learned we weren't the first soldiers of the Founders, but the first that did not fail. And some of their other attempts remain insane and wild, like rabid animals. I have seen what happens to Jem'Hadar without Ketracel White. How far are we from becoming like the Fakiri? How far are we from madness? And who will follow us when we fall from grace? Perhaps. There is a saying, it is the hope of all parents that their children will surpass them. As children of the Founders, we can never aspire to be gods, but perhaps someday we can be more than our creators imagined, more than just warriors.
The Herc seem to be distracted. There's something about the station that's holding their attention. We might be able to take advantage of this.
You are wasting time. We should leave.
Are you suggesting we attack? While it's true we have the advantage, for now, I don't think we'll hold it for long once we start blowing them apart. We have what we came for. If the Herc want to gnaw on an asteroid while we make a hasty exit, I believe we should let them enjoy their meal in peace.
You are wasting time. We should leave.
Very well. We'll deal with the Herc later. For now, let's get back so we can analyze the research data we found here. Whenever you're ready.
You are wasting time. Our findings today are disturbing. The Fakiri. They were our predecessors. Somehow they rebelled against the Founders and freed themselves from the White, though it seems to have driven them mad in the process. Something was happening with that strange Herc as well. It may have been trying to communicate, perhaps it wanted to surrender. We'll never know. Devorta made sure of that. Typical. One thing is certain. The Founders won't forget the act of defiance from the Alliance here today. You and I both know their retribution can be sudden and severe. Be on guard. Our uneasy peace with the Alliance could collapse all too soon.
Congratulations, Honored First.
My apologies for the quality of the transmission. I'm contacting you on an encrypted frequency. I'm working on an important covert mission, and I could use your assistance. I can't go into the details over comms, but you should know, if we pull this off, it could change the course of the Herc conflict in our favor. Meet with me on Deep Space Nine to go over the details. Come along. I've been asked to keep the details of the mission on a need-to-know basis, and right now, only you and I need to know.
Good luck.
No, absolutely not. This is your worst idea yet.
Do I need to remind you of the unwritten rule of acquisition, brother?
Rule 0. What the Nagus wants, we acquire. Why me? Get an eliminator to do it. Get 50. You can afford it.
You have connections with the Klingons. That and you're Rom's second most trusted Ferengi.
What? Who's first? Nog? Pell?
No. Moogie.
Fine. Send her then.
But brother, you did such a great job of rescuing her before.
I also told your son to shoot me if I ever thought of doing something like that again.
That's right, you did. Well, don't worry, he won't.
That's not what I'm worried about.
We need this, brother. We can't hold off the Herc forever.
Alliance forces are spread too thin to help, Quark.
We need the Klingons, brother, otherwise we're doomed.
Insanity! You don't even know where the Iconian fleet is, Rom.
I don't, but Starfleet intelligence monitors all major threats, including the Iconians.
Starfleet isn't in the habit of sharing classified data.
If we can get access to a security console, we can extract the data. We'll need to keep the security officer on duty occupied.
Leave that to me, husband.
All right, Lita. The security officer on duty is a creature of habit. Comes in on a break every day without fail. Your job is to keep her occupied so Rom can get what we need from the security console. Do what you need to do. Smile, laugh at her jokes, whatever it takes. Put those feminine wiles of yours to good use.
Really, Quark? I'm not here to seduce your customers. You and I both know there's more than one way to work a mark.
Whatever you say, just don't mess it up. She'll be here any minute now.
You worry too much, Quark. I got this. Woo! It's your lucky day, officer. You're the 10 millionth customer here at Quark's. Congratulations! You've just won a free drink and a free spin at the Davo table. Quark, why don't you pour the lucky winner a drink? What'll it be, Constable?
Oh, thanks. I'll take an iced Ractigino. I'm on duty. I can't stay too long, but I suppose I have enough time for a spin at the table. Lead the way.
Quark, will you turn that hollow me off, please? It's creeping me out.
This is why I like the Hollow Leader. She doesn't complain as much as the original. There. Happy?
The free drink will get her to relax. And then some Dabo to keep her busy. One loss to remove suspicion.
Oh, looks like my luck's run out. Oh well. Thanks for the drink and the spin. Better get back to my station.
Whoa, don't be so hasty, friend. The law of averages is on your side here. Trust me. Have another spin.
Okay, you've convinced me. One more spin. Why not?
And then a victory to reel her in.
That's definitely
Those
Foggy.
winnings are coming out of your cut, though.
Well, Foggy didn't know what it was at Wendy's.
Yeah.
Good. The guard's distracted. Time to go work. Overriding this door panel should be child's play. This is the most secret maintenance panel. Chief O'Brien needed me to fix it once. Once I'm in, I can install a back door. Then we can access the system from the console at Quarks.
She's heading back, Rom. Get out of there!
Relax, everyone. It's done. I'm on my way back.
Try not to look conspicuous or guilty.
Okay.
Can't believe you pulled that off. Being the Nagus hasn't made you go soft between the lobes. Let's figure this out before security gets wise. Use the console behind the bar and find out what you can about the Iconians. Oh, and while you're at it, look for any other useful information in there, too. Some of it could be valuable, you know.
Relax, brother. I'll have these files cracked in no time. Starfleet encryption is good, but it's nothing compared to what we use in the Commerce Authority. That's actually difficult.
Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 87961.3. Intermittent Borg activity in the Quadrant. We've been able to track a Unimatrix vessel, and our countermeasures are keeping its fleet at bay. The recent escalation of the Hurt conflict is straining the number of resources available for Borg surveillance. Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 87983.1. Brain forces continue to harass the Teferi, though hostilities have not intensified as of late. The Brain have made no overtures toward the Dominion since their recent return to the Alpha Quadrant. Looks like the honeymoon might be over at last. Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 88139.9. A large Vakiri fleet has been spotted in transit to the Gamma Quadrant. Analysis of their course suggests they're heading toward the renegade Iconian fleet. Interesting. If the two of them manage to eliminate each other, well, that'll be two less headaches to keep me up at night. Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 89001.7. Major Herc activity throughout the 4 quadrants. As expected, Alliance forces are spread thin in attempts to protect critical sites in their own territory, as well as within the Dominion. The Klingons continue to stay out of it, with the exception of a token force of volunteers. Efforts to enlist the full aid of the Empire to date have faltered. Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 88039.8. Taket's fleet is currently in the Phoeben sector, moving through deep space. She's keeping a low profile for the most part, avoiding conflict with both the Dominion and the Herc. Anything foolish enough to get in her sights doesn't live long enough to regret it, however. The wreckage of a Gamma pirate flotilla will testify to that. Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 87997.9. I can't help but be impressed by the Nakul. Their star is all but dead, their world's an ice ball, and they refuse to leave. They defend that ice ball against all comers, even the Herc. Every Nakul big enough to carry a phaser fought, and they actually won. And I thought Tellarites were stubborn. Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 88006.2. There have been some recent Terran incursions from the Badlands, but nothing overly organized. As of now, there hasn't been any sight of Admiral Lita since her attack on DS9. Perhaps she has finally given up. One can only hope. Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 89101.1. Tholian web technology has worked well against the Herc so far. They ensnared 70% of a Herc fleet shortly after it dropped out of warp. The rest of the fight was brief and one-sided. At least Tholian xenophobia is consistent. Our attempts to negotiate for web technology have been completely ignored. Intelligence Officer's Log, Stardate 89001.7. Getting a lot of disturbing reports from Zencathi space lately. Whispers of corruption in the highest ranks, and talks of a coup are in the air on Zencath. The Autarch's days might be numbered after his crusade failed, though the arrival of the Herc has kept him on the throne. For now.
All right, Rom, a deal is a deal. You found the Iconian, so I guess it's my turn now. Time to put the team together? And that's the job. Confront.
Where's Galen?
Really? He shot the hostage last time. He's not invited.
Brunt, your database skills should help us locate the package.
Always happy to help, Grand Nagus. Retreat.
Still a master of Rule 33. Aren't you, Brunt?
It never hurts to suck up to the boss.
Of course. I presume you'll need my ship again, yes?
Not this time. We'll need a ship that can fight, just in case.
And we'll have it, thanks to our friend here.
Good. Everyone's here. Also, full consortium.
Unbelievable!
The table's rigged. I'm sure of it.
Here we go. The cloaking device I acquired from my cousin Gala is working like a charm. Keep an eye on it, though. I'd rather not attract the attention of the Iconians, or the Fakiri, for that matter. Looks like they're busy trying to blow each other to bits out there. Let's use that to our advantage. You see those Iconian sentry probes? They use those to detect cloaked ships, so you'll want to disable them before we move much closer. This cloak is good, but it's not that good. Getting in's the easy part. We're cloaked and unexpected.
That should be enough to get to the flagship undetected.
Well, we can all stop holding our breath now. It worked. If you'll be so kind as to fly us behind that massive Iconian ship, we'll be on our way.
I'm looking forward to this.
Almost there. Just take it nice and easy. I can't believe I'm actually going to sneak onto an opponent flagship. Keep the engine running. I have a feeling we're going to need to get out of here in time.
Never been this close before. Impressive.
Terrifying is more like it. This is insane. Nog, you're our engineer. Buy it 400 and sell it 5.
It'll be up to you to disable the security systems, son.
Right. I'm familiar with their tech from the war. I won't let you down, Father. Evade.
We're up first, Nog. We need to lower the local security so Brunt and Lek can do their jobs.
No problem. I memorized the schematics for this vessel on the way here.
Yeah, she just
there
said
are
no.
engineering consoles we can use for that nearby. Follow me.
Head left here, Nog.
I've studied Iconian systems. I can unlock these doors.
Good. We'll have to disable security and engineering, though.
If I send in the appropriate signals to the door, I should be able to toggle the door locks. The good news is that my tricorder can get me the signal I need to send. The bad news is the Iconian systems only take trinary input. I think I see how the inputs work, so it shouldn't be too hard. done here. Heralds! Don't worry, I can handle them. Hold on, Uncle. Something's coming.
That looks like more than we can handle. Let Black take care of it. He'll probably enjoy it.
Think I can lock the door behind once it's gone.
Good idea. Do that. Quickly!
Head right here. Hold on, Uncle. Something's coming.
That looks like more than we can handle. Let Black take care of it. He'll probably enjoy it.
Think I can lock the door behind once it's gone.
Great idea. Do that. Quickly!
Got it. And we're... We've made it. This is main engineering. Security's offline. We're good to go.
Can we drop their rear shield for a moment?
From the other console? Why?
You'll see.
What's that, Uncle?
Call it an insurance policy. Lack, how do you feel about Iconian heralds?
Very dangerous. I look forward to shooting some. Sell at 250? Buy at 100.
You'll get your chance, clearing the path for Quark and Knock.
The riskier the road, the greater the profit. I'm in.
Lek, Brunt, you're on.
Brunt, FCA. I'm on my way.
The hunt is on. Ooh, they fight back. Good, good. Magnificent, truly magnificent. It's looking this way between patrol points. I should be able to sneak up. Not the explosion I was looking for, but it'll do.
I've found the package. The Iconian keeps it on display in what looks like a trophy room. And here I thought they were above such basic behavior. I've analyzed their patrol patterns, Lek. You'll need a clear path for Quark and Nog. I trust you'll keep the guards in that area occupied for a suitable period of time.
Testing my skills against Iconians? This is worth more than a latinum to me. Don't get your lobes bunched, Brunt. I'll clear the path for the others by any means necessary. More enemies to the left, and another console. What? Still no explosion? Ugh, ridiculous. If I make some noise, the big one will come to investigate. This isn't work. This is fun. If I overload those conduits, I'm sure it'll make a big explosion. Doesn't anything blow up around here? Dr. Quark, the path is clear.
6 o'clock.
I'm detecting some nearby patrols.
I want to see if I can cause a distraction. Hold on. If I blow up that console, it'll cause a nice distraction. Doc? How do I overload these ridiculous Iconian consoles?
Easy. First you need to... Wait. How are you at trinary conversions?
Never mind. I have a workaround.
Brother, you'll crack the safe. Once Brunt finds it, that is.
Nice of you to give me the easy job, Rom.
By that point, Lect will have eliminated their guards.
We're talking about Iconians here, Rom.
I'll be with you, Uncle. You'll be fine.
Oh, I feel so much better now. Time for me to earn my share. Watch and learn.
Don't worry, Uncle. I've got your back.
You know, you were supposed to shoot me if I got pulled into another one of these.
I thought you meant rescue operation. I can see you later if you'd like.
No, it just wouldn't be the same.
I'm impressed.
That's one word for it. He left some guarding in the trophy room.
It's okay, Uncle. We can handle them.
All right, now let's find the package. It has to be in one of the display cases around the room.
Interesting. I read about these at the Academy. Something called NASA sent them out on crude space probes centuries ago to initiate first contact with alien life. I believe this contains audio files, animal sounds, music, language samples. My Earth history instructor would love to get her hands on this. We should, acquire it if we have the time. Uncle, that looks like Captain Sisko's baseball. You don't think it's his, do you? I thought Jake took it with him.
Do you remember when Sisko made us play baseball against the Vulcans? Rom wouldn't stop talking about it for weeks. Put a bunch of money into that new Interstellar League, too. Still can't believe
nice.
What a professional.
Probably the... Yeah, that's...
Ringanar Liquidators.
Oh, nice.
Terrible. Got beat by the Cation Claws by a score of 18-4, and they were cheating!
know, I always told the top brass at the Corps of Engineers that making the party poppers look like weapons was a bad idea. Any officer who uses one of those instead of a real weapon is in for a bad day. I suspect that's how Taquette got her hand on one of these balloons. Shame. Amazing! That's a singularity. Taquette must have taken it from a Romulan warbird. You could say it was the heart of that ship. Must have been a memorable opponent for her to keep that on display like this.
Is that part of an Iconian? Why would Taquette keep a severed body part? That's insane.
Taquette lost her arm when she fought Kalis during the war. She's keeping it as a trophy or maybe a reminder of one of her few failures. I knew she was intense, but this is pretty ridiculous.
That's a lot of latinum. Impressive. I could buy a Starliner with that and have enough left to buy a condo on Ryza. Probably not beachfront, but it'd be nice. It's FCA graded, too. She must have gotten it from a Ferengi. Tough break. Seems only fitting that we acquire it. Fine. Mind on the mission. Stop looking at me like that. Looks like a secure treasure box. I wonder what's inside. It could be practically anything. Leave it to an Iconian to lock up a box of valuables and hoard it away.
Well, not everyone is as good at opening locks as you, Uncle. Most people would need the appropriate key. I've seen these statues on New Romulus. They were made by the Daywans, a servitor race of the Iconians. Not sure why Taquette would keep one of these on display. Maybe it's of a sentimental value to her, even if that's possible.
Seeing these reminds me of the Dominion War. A lot of those were sent back home to loved ones. Starfleet, the Klingons, the Romulans, they all have their different rituals. Even the enemy cared for their dead.
And they say you don't have a heart, Uncle.
It's too bad we don't have enough time to steal these and sell them back to the people who want them. 34th rule of acquisition, Nog. War is good for business. Package located. Sword of Kalis. Now, we need to retrieve it. I can use this to bring the package from its display globe. I need to use the right frequencies, though. Enter the wrong one, and every alarm around will go off. The frequencies change periodically. Once I start this, I need to get them all, or I'll have to start over.
I can just scan the machine for you. Should be easy enough to get the frequencies.
You, of all people, should know that Federation tricorders record whatever they scan. Never leave a data trail. We'll do this the Ferengi way. It'll take someone with the lopes for the job. That's me.
You got a whole hour to wait. You got a whole hour to wait. Why did you stick your tongue out me? This way. You go.
Well, we say she could.
Yeah, probably. Let's see.
Nicely done, Uncle! We did it! We actually did it! We shouldn't stick around, though. Let's head back to the shuttle before the Iconians figure out what we're up to.
Rule 7. Keep your ears open and your eyes on the mark.
That's far enough. Well done, Quark. You actually managed to pull it off. I suppose I shouldn't be too surprised. You've a talent for larceny, after all. Time, however, is a factor. Hand it over now, or I'll shoot you both and take it from your cold, dead fingers.
Are you out of your mind? Have you forgotten who Nog and I are related to? No payout is worth what will happen to you if you do this. Wrong. We'll have every Eliminator, Bounty Hunter, and Pirate in the 4 quadrants gunning for you.
How did Lek put it? Oh, yes. The riskier the road, the greater the profit. Wise words indeed. The payout from this job will provide me with more than enough latinum to remove your idiot brother and take my rightful place as the Grand Nagus. I'm willing to give you a sporting chance, however. Hand over the package. You might be able to flee before that very angry Iconian arrives.
Have it your way, Brunt. You're dumber than you look. If you think the crew of our ride won't be suspicious when you come back without us. They'll probably throw you in the brig on general principle. I know I would.
Ah, but I won't be traveling with them, Quark. I've made other travel arrangements. Time's up. Hand it over, or prepare to meet the blessed Exchequer. Ha! I'd pay a lot to witness that audit. Might even be worth dying for, just to hear you scream on your way to the vault of eternal destitution. Goodbye, Quark. At last, goodbye!
Nog! Now!
Yes?
Still fucking up, yeah?
Look a little closer. It's a chronoton field. You might make it through, but it's definitely going to hurt. A lot. Or we can talk like sensible, intelligent people. Your call.
Very well. Speak. Your crimes are numerous. You breached my security, damaged my vessel, killed members of my crew, violated my sanctum, and stolen something very precious to me. Each is punishable by death. Tell me, why should I purge you of the odious vermin you are?
That's where you're wrong. I don't have anything of yours on me. Run a scan if you don't believe me. If anything, I was trying to stop the lunatic that did steal from you. I may be odious vermin, but I'm not stupid. Look, we should be working together to stop our mutual enemy instead of wasting time with this argument.
There will be plenty of time to eliminate each and every one of you filthy creatures. That field of yours will drop eventually, and then you will die. Your cohort will be tracked and ultimately killed. I will have my vengeance on you all soon enough.
You're not entirely wrong, but I think you're going to have a much bigger problem to deal with in the very near future. Any moment now. Remember this? A little something we picked up on Karema. Keep it on your ship and beam it to our location when we give you the signal.
What's that, Uncle?
Call it an insurance policy. You might make it through, but it's definitely going to hurt. Or we can talk like such people. Your call.
Explain yourself. Speak while you still can correctly.
They're called Herc. Maybe you've heard of them. Real nasty dispositions. Eat everything they come across, and now they've come across your fleet. You Iconians are tough, but you're not invincible. Against the Fakiri and the Herc, those are some pretty long odds to get. Here's how this is going to work. You're going to let us go, and in return, I'll disable the device that's bringing every Herc in the Quadrant here to chew on your ship. We'll go our way, we'll go yours. Otherwise, we'll wait and see what happens first. My field drops, or you and your ship become the main course at the Herc buffet.
I agree to your terms. Go, get out! Leave my ship and disable your present device. Know this. You've made an enemy today for me. I am patient. I will revenge myself. You will pay for your crimes.
Lucky there's a talking machine right now.
Right. And we have a deal. We'll be on our way.
No, we'll do the first
I'll
time.
take care of your Herc problem once I've made it to a safe distance. I'd say it's been a pleasure, but we both know that'd be a lie.
Almost there, but we lost the sword. We went through all of this, and for what?
Quark to Modron. Is the package secured?
Modron here. You'll be happy to know the package is safe and sound. I beamed it to your ship a few minutes ago. I'm afraid Brunt is a little bruised, but these things happen. I'll keep him nice and sedated until we get back to the Alpha Quadrant. And Quark, be sure to let the Nagus know I held up my end of the bargain, won't you?
I'll be sure to let him know, Modron. Quark out. Always have a backup plan, Nog. Especially when dealing with snakes like Brunt. Let's go. And look! The shuttle's right where we left it! Things are looking up for a change! Let's get out of here before Tket changes her mind. Thanks for sticking around. Now let's get back to this. Very frankly, I can't kill us all. One more. Thankfully, this didn't get into the hurt. Eric's little toy works like a charm.
We've got a problem. The cloak device is acting up. If it goes down, every ship in the system will know we're here. I'll do what I can to keep it running, but we might need to fight our way out of here. The cloak's offline!
Terrific! This is what I get for buying.
Don't worry, I'll be running it again. I just need a couple minutes. Online again, and we're at a safe distance from the enemy. We can leave as soon as you're ready.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I was ready to go the minute we warped into the system. And I'm doubly ready to go now. Not to tell you your business, but make it so, please.
Quark and Nog told me you did a great job keeping them all safe. Thank you for bringing them back in one piece. The 6th rule of acquisition says, never allow family to stand in the way of opportunity. But what can I say? Family means a lot to me. There's something I'm curious about. The Herc stole the Sword of Kahless from the Klingons a long time ago, but no one seems to know why. They didn't eat it, so there must be something about it they value. And we Ferengi are all about value. Perhaps the lab's sensors and equipment can tell us more. Maybe it's made of a rare, precious metal.
Now, this is interesting. These readings indicate that the Sword of Kahless is made out of biological material with a germanium base. I'll need to run more tests to be certain, but I believe the weapon was fashioned out of a Herc carapace. This may explain their interest in it. Based on the scans, that carapace was around for quite a long time before Kahless made a weapon out of it. The blade material is over 4,000 years old. where the story of Kalis is roughly only 1,600 years old. I'm reading traces of multiple radiation types within the blade. Discounting the type that likely came from the Iconians, there are still clear traces of thermobaric and tetrionic radiation. I believe we could cross-reference Alliance and Dominion star charts and easily determine where these traces of radiation originated from.
Yeah, guys.
We have a 4,000-year-old weapon made of a Herc carapace. My analysis of the radiation within the blade should allow us to narrow down its point of origin. I've had the computer working on that as we speak. Let's have a look. Cross-referencing all known Alliance and Dominion star charts, and voila! There's one system that contains all of the conditions we've isolated. Havas Kur, at the edge of Dominion space. It's possible we've just discovered the location of the Herc homeworld. We should forward this information to the appropriate parties at once. This could be the breakthrough we've been looking for.
Sounds impressive and valuable. Rule 21.
Yep.
Never place friendship
You don't
above
believe me, I'm gonna go to the other one. See what that is. People side with you. Nope. He's brainwashing.
Unbelievable. I knew Brunt was a snake.
Sound like that,
Guess I should have known better.
So
The
tell you,
bigger the
you
smile,
have a
the
back,
sharper
you know.
the knife. And Lex got plenty of both.
Got a little ways to wait yet.
He's a fool if he thinks he can steal from me. I'll have every eliminator, bounty hunter, and pirate in the 4 quadrants gunning for him. No one steals from the Grand Nagus and lives to profit from it.
Considering how angry my father is, the Klingons will be the least of Lex's problems. I haven't seen him this mad since he caught me... Well, we don't need to get into that. Despite everything that's happened, we'll hold up our end of the bargain. I'll be in touch when everything is prepared. And remember, this operation never happened.
Think they bought it?
Come
No,
clean.
Jess.
As far as they're concerned, the sword has been
Not
stolen.
yet.
You, might want to lay low for a while, though.
Opportunity plus instinct equals profit. Well done, brother.
The sword of Kalis, as promised.
Once again, the House of Quark delivers. Martok will be pleased.
So will I, Grilka, once the payment clears. Pleasure doing business with you.
This report on the recent Ferengi operation is quite unconventional. Historically, we have thought of the Ferengi as little more than misguided profiteers. They have no sense of discipline, no real military aptitude, and no loyalty. Despite that, a team of Ferengi executed a daring plan and showed courage, ingenuity, and a ferocious drive for victory. I am actually impressed. Many believe that those not of the Dominion are inferior. But if those not of the Dominion can aspire to the qualities that we honor, can we say the same of those within? What does this mean for our ordained roles? Could a Jemadar be more than a son, or a founder less than a god? We may not be ready to consider such notions, but in time, we must grapple with them. Because if the Ferengi can be valorous, then all the qualities that we ascribe to our foes and to our leaders are suspect.
Researchers led by my friend Dr. Bashir have isolated several fascinating aspects of Herc biology. I'm told this data provides insight on their native environment, specifically a metallic planetoid orbiting a pulsar within a nebula. There's one system that meets these requirements, Havas Kul in the Gamma Quadrant. I'm going there to investigate along with Captain Kira in the Defiant. Dr. Bashir will accompany us as well. His insight will be critical to the mission's success. The doctor believes we'll find what we need to end this conflict on Havas Kul. If he's right, and he often is, I'm willing to travel to the heart of enemy territory. Won't you join us? Be seeing you.
What? What's screaming at me? So tight. No chicken. Not yet. Not yet. No. Let's see. 20 minutes. According to this. 20 minutes. Oh. Yeah, I know. Aw. Jeez. That's what it sounded like.
Uh-huh. Hi.
Going to do that.
Yeah.
She says, does she fit?
No, she don't.
What is the R for you? I get the tongue stuck out, the R.
Oh, fun.
And you don't get that.
Nope.
How very rude. I just get the tongue sticking out and
Uh-huh.
and springing back. Oh. Let's see how it is. Look at all the meanings. Did your human get in? Let's see, she said, fine, I won't. But I love him. I don't like you. Oh. How can't you load spines?
I have to say, the survey reports on this system really don't do it justice. The nebula, the pulsar, dark energy, and the Herc.
So you don't run out of food. Like a panini.
Yeah. Nor I. Isn't that strange? One would think they'd place a heavy guard on their home system. How peculiar. Let's use this opportunity to look around quietly. We're reading a number of interesting phenomena, despite interference from the nebula. Let's see. Plethora of heavy metallic compounds. A hotbed of tetryon and thermobaric energy throughout the nebula. A fitting birthplace for a future star.
There's a moon nearby. Preliminary scans aren't showing much, but it's just the kind of place the Herc could be using to hide a base. Or a fleet. I'd like to take a closer look. The pulsar's throwing off a lot of hazardous energy.
Most astute, Captain. Let's make the appropriate shield adjustments. Completely stripped of anything remotely useful? The calling card of the Herc, if I'm not mistaken. Perhaps we should send down a probe just to be absolutely sure. There could be some Herc down there, hidden by the nebula's effect on our senses.
No metals, complex compounds, liquids, or atmosphere.
The interior is a complex maze of tunnels. Thousands of them.
This matches Herc patterns we've seen elsewhere. They've been here.
The probe is online and transmitting. Our science teams are taking a close look at the incoming data. It doesn't look terribly promising. Shall we forge on? There's a lovely planet nearby, no doubt filled with a bounty of toxic rocks and metallic salts. Entering scanning range now.
Its astronomic readings are strange. The planet has a highly eccentric orbit. Looks like it collects matter from the nebula as it sweeps around the pulsar, all while being bombarded with radiation. Definitely not habitable by most standards, though it's quite demon class. Orbital period of several thousand years. That explains the Herc life cycle. They must hibernate while the planet is at the far range of its orbit. This orbit coincides with the previous emergencies of the Herc. The 1,000-year cycle explains why they appear suddenly, then vanish just as quickly. We're reading complex structures here, along with power systems and technology. This could be a base of operations for the Herc. It appears to be deserted. Why don't we take a look around? This could be a prime opportunity.
Let's meet on the Defiant. We'll need to make some preparations before we send an away team down there. I've sent a team down to establish a secure zone. They're ready for you, but you'll want to put on an EV suit before you beam down. Once you're suited up, we'll beam you down to the secure zone. It's just below the planet's surface in a large cavern area.
I should have a habitation area set up soon. We can replace the reducing atmosphere in this cavern with standard oxy-nitro, and warm things up a bit. Kane's keeping watch, and Weir is looking into other connected areas. We should have a perimeter field up within a few minutes.
Reading a lot of background radiation and some wild magnetic fields. It's like the pulsar and the nebula are supercharging the metallic crystal compounds here. The environment's very different from anything we consider a habitable planet. It explains why the Herc are so alien. Quite a treasure for a geologist like myself.
Everything's in order here. Defiant, do you still have a lock on us?
Affirmative. If you need transport, there may be a slight delay due to pulsar emissions.
I'm getting something odd on my tricorder. Up there!
It's not done yet. It's the boats.
Oh boy, Bunchkin.
And this month is
Squeaker.
yeah.
Glad you're still with us. Whatever that was must have left you for dead. I'd get moving in case it comes back to make sure. Looks like you're in a series of tunnels that connect to a larger cavern. Garrick and Bashir are close to your position. They're moving into a large open chamber. Try to make your way to them. Be careful. Some of the crystal formations down there are emitting intense amounts of energy. We can't lock onto anyone with transporters, and the others are reporting the directed energy weapons won't work.
This is Bashir. Garrick and I are alive, but we're a little lost.
Keep moving. You should head up to another chamber. The creature's in a passage near your location. Stay sharp.
Garrick and I are moving into a very large, oblong chamber.
And here I was, hoping those cozy, cramped little tunnels would make a nice vacation spot.
Looks like the door to the next chamber is locked.
Those readings you're getting from that crystal node are interesting. It's generating a localized magnetic field. Manipulating that field could cause a response similar to pushing a button or flicking a switch. I wonder, do you think Herc can sense magnetic fields similar to sharks on Earth? Yes, of course. I think you'll find a way to manipulate that magnetic field to open the door. The morphogenic crystals are probably the keys. So look for one nearby that has a similar output to the door node.
The readings I'm getting on that crystal are weak. It probably isn't usable. That one's got an odd harmonic. Doesn't seem to match the rest.
Yes.
That's the one you need. Use it to open that door. There's a deep crevice ahead of you. See if you can get across.
Oh, I didn't know.
You can't fight that thing. Run!
I do not want to do that, but okay. No, I forgot. Oh, sort of. I forgot to jump.
Oh.
Hazardous energy and anti-gravity ahead. Use your thrusters.
Jump.
Creatures turn back. Must not like anti-gravity. Slow and steady, don't get lost. Try to head up when you can.
Garrick and I have a breathable atmosphere here. Everyone, try and reach our location.
Williams here. I'm stuck in some kind of tunnel maze. Not sure how to get out.
Technical data.
Ishimura here.
Interesting.
My
None
nav
of their
system's
starships
useless.
had weapons until
I'll keep
2000
trying to
years
find
ago.
you all.
Their first designs were way ahead of most species at that time, though. Huh. How did they go from geniuses to the ravenous eating machines we're dealing with now? Kane, report. I just lost crewman Kane's vitals. Weir's comm signal is down, but he's still alive. Keep an eye out. Bashir and Garrick are just past this chamber. We're picking up some interesting tech on sensors. Interesting and old. Very old.
You wait a couple minutes to see how close the time is before we get through.
Are you reading those energy patterns on the other side of that opening? They're far more intricate than the others we've seen. We think there's some kind of ship ahead of you. It shows signs of damage. You might be in some sort of dry dock or repair facility. Interesting. There are large gaps in tech level between each section of the facility. It's as if the Herc learn as they hibernate. They wake up with 1,000 years of advancements at hand and get ready to work.
Pleasure to see you. We'll need all the help we can get if we're to leave this world alive. To that end, the good doctor and I have started to make sense of our surroundings. We seem to be in some sort of Herc command center. From here, we can begin to restore power in critical systems.
Herc technology is driven by electromagnetic manipulation of morphogenic crystals. Doors, life support, everything, even their central computer. If we can find the right crystals, I can bring things back online. We can look for information on Herc biology within their data system. We might even find a cure here. I found a little information. This planet used to be rich in a type of fungus. It thrived in the harshest of environments, even areas high in pulsar radiation. It used to be a staple of the Herc diet until it disappeared from the ecosystem. Without it, the Herc began to suffer from a severe type of malnutrition. It led to a number of neurological disorders, many of which we've seen firsthand. Based on these readings, there should be more data storage units in the tunnels beyond this chamber. They're the ones by the door with the blue glow rods. One more thing. Some parts of the tunnels still have malfunctioning gravity systems. You should be able to navigate through them, but the energy fields in there will nullify your weapons, so be careful.
What's going on? Ishimura's vitals just flatlined. It moved away from you and tried.
Send your officer to me so that I can address any injuries. That covers the first peaceful meeting between the Herc and the Founders over 3,000 years ago.
That's Kane's helmet. I have a feeling we won't find the rest of him.
You're a sight for sore eyes. Let's get out of here.
Send your officer to me so that I can address any injuries.
It moved away from you and shrouded itself.
The Herc tried to synthesize the enzyme they needed for cognition, but failed.
One of your officers has arrived here.
It moved away from you and shrouded itself.
Send your officer to me so that I can address any injuries.
Really, why did I pay some iron shit?
My god. The enzyme the Herc need is a precursor to Ketracel.
Guess that's gonna do something.
Probably that will do.
It moved away from you and shrouded itself.
One of your officers has arrived here.
I don't play bathroom. I just went. Just went to the bathroom.
Nicely done. We should be able to translate Herc data files and run a detailed analysis of them at a greatly accelerated rate now. I have a good friend in Starfleet Engineering that'd love to spend some time
One of
with
your
this
officers has arrived.
The Herc have made some remarkable advances in their time. Ah, the first results are in. Excellent. I have access to a few critical systems, including gravity and power generation. Bringing them online now. That should make things go a little smoother. I'm getting some historical records now. Give me a moment to process it. This is not good. It's a record of the fall of the Herc civilization at the hands of the Dominion. For some reason, the Dominion removed the fungus from the ecosystem during the Herc hibernation cycle. Military conquest, most likely. This is what drove the Herc to madness.
It appears we have some uninvited guests.
You're a long way from Zenketh, Admiral.
Yes. To what do we owe the pleasure?
Ah, traveling incognito.
One of her many covert identities, I suspect.
This expedition of yours has gone on long enough.
Touched a nerve, have we?
You found a secret I've kept for millennia. Something I've kept from Odo and the Great Link.
The origin of the Herc infestation.
And your role in it.
I needed soldiers to realize my dream of dominion. Enforcers willing to obey without question. Physically, the Herc were perfect candidates, but their peaceful, free-thinking nature was an obstacle. In studying the Herc biology, I found the key to their loyalty.
The Ketracel precursor?
Yes, I extracted it from their ecosystem. They had no choice. Obey or die.
I take it things didn't go according to plan.
No. They became savage, incoherent, volatile. With each cycle, the swarm grew larger, wilder. My ability to control them diminished. All I could do was point them in the direction of my enemies. I would let them rampage and await their eventual hibernation.
Cry havoc and let slip the dogs of war.
They were a failure, but they provided a gift. Ketracel, the gift that led to a more successful endeavor. The Gem Hadar.
I think I've heard enough. I knew you were involved in this somehow. You built an empire on slavery, and now it's all falling apart. When the Alliance learns about this...
But they won't. None of you are leaving this world alive.
You would kill another founder?
There were other founders who knew the truth once, like you. They did not want a dominion built on the backs of slaves. They tried to depose me, to expose the truth to the link. They failed, and paid for their lack of vision.
All of you against the wall.
Odo, this is getting out of hand.
Stop this now.
No, Odo. This is bigger than you. Bigger than us. The Dominion must endure.
I'm afraid I can't allow that.
What now?
You've forced my hand. This is a modification of your own Herc lure. As we speak, every Herc in the Quadrant is homing in on the signal.
And you're calling them here? To their homeworld?
On the contrary, madam. I'm calling them to the Founder homeworld. Your chickens, as the humans say, are coming home to roost.
Insanity! We will...
I have no idea. Come on, really start.
I think that's our cue. Now that we have restored operations here, our ships will be able to lock onto us with transporters. I suggest we take advantage of this while we can.
You did this? All of you? You killed a god? My god? My beautiful founder. Gone forever. I loved her so. Now you will pay the price. Guards!
Enough, Wayun. All of you, stand down.
No! You betrayed her! And the Dominion! I will carry out her final order!
That founder is no more, Quayun. This founder has given you an order, and you will obey.
No! He is no founder! She was a founder! He is a traitor! Guards! Shoot to kill! All of them!
Belay that order.
What?
We do not serve you, Vorta. Where this founder leads, we will follow.
Thank you, my friend.
Fine. Then I'll do it myself.
Take Wayun into custody and return to your ship. We have business at the home world to attend to.
Tell me, was it part of your plan to draw every Herc in the sector to this system, Garrick? Because if it was, it worked with flying colors. We need to get out of here and fast. Our only hope is to punch a hole through the swarm so we can go to warp.
departed for the Founder homeworld. It will take them some time to reach it, even at maximum warp. We should make the most of that time and bring an end to this madness. The information that the good doctor found should do just that. For now, let's return to our respective fleets and prepare for the next and hopefully final steps of this journey.
The war between our gods, our founders, has thrown many of the Jem'Hadar into disarray. Our duty, of course, is to keep the Dominion secure. The revelations from the Herc homeworld tell of how the Dominion engaged in treachery and cruelty. This is not uncommon. But to try to hide it shows that they are ashamed of it. Now, we must settle this. The lives given millennia ago must not be lost without cause. Within me, within us, flows the remnants of that betrayal. If it can undo what has been done, perhaps we can repair the damage done to the Dominion, both by the Herc and by itself.
Thanks to Garrick, my homeworld is under siege. I realize there's not a lot of love lost to the Founders these days, but if the center of the Dominion falls to the Herc, the rest of the galaxy will soon follow suit. If you're willing to stand with us one last time, assemble your forces and rendezvous with my fleet in the Gamma Quadrant. I hope to see you there before it's too late for all of us.
There's a certain poetic symmetry at play here. The Dominion are about to receive their comeuppance from one of the many species they've abused. Regrettably, we Cardassians have some experience in such matters. Of course, our work is just beginning. We need to formulate a cure for the Herc before they devastate every system in the Quadrant. Hopefully, we can achieve this lofty goal before they make a meal of the Dominion. And again, science is often a lengthy, perilous process. I'm certainly glad to put Havas Kul behind me. Small, dark passages are not a passion of mine.
Better, Jess? I love
Empersa, the homeworld of the Founders, is under attack by the Herc. This is our darkest hour. If Empersa falls, the Dominion will come to an end. I'm asking you to join in the defense efforts as soon as you can. A task force will assemble at my fleet's location in the Gamma Quadrant and warp to Empersa from there. Remember, if we fall, the Alpha Quadrant is next. It's time to make a stand. I hope you'll join in the fight.
Nobody in the
If you'll excuse me.
Both how curious for me, Dad.
Previously on Star Trek Online, the Dominion as you know it is on the verge of collapse. Without your help, the Herc will win the war of attrition.
What's happening?
Yes, Garrick, I found your mysterious widget. What is it exactly? It's not Karemin tech.
I found a similar device on Bejor.
These devices call the Herc, and we put them there. The other founders are hiding things from me.
Odo, look out!
Hold your fire. I think it's trying to communicate.
We can't hold off the Herc forever.
Alliance forces are spread too thin to help, Quark.
We need the Klingons, brother. Otherwise we're doomed.
The Sword of Kahless, as promised.
Once again, the House of Quark delivers. Martok will be pleased.
You found a secret I've kept for millennia.
The origin of the Herc infestation. And you're rolling it.
The Dominion must endure.
I'm afraid I can't allow it. As we speak, every Herc in the Quadrant is homing in on the signal.
And now the conclusion. I arrived here ahead of you, and I've already engaged the Herc near the planet. You've made your point, Garrick. Deactivate the Herc lure device you placed on the home world before this gets out of hand.
I'm afraid that's the problem, Ambassador. I deactivated it several minutes ago.
Then why are the Hercs still attacking? Don't play games with me here, Garrick. I'm warning you.
Perhaps they're still attacking due to a deep hatred of your people. After all, the Founders are directly responsible for their state of mind, body, and soul. I can't say I blame them for...
Enough! Both of you. We don't have time for this. There's bigger problems to deal with here, starting with that swarm of Herc vessels nearby.
Agreed. My fleet is already engaged near the planet, but Herc reinforcements keep arriving. Try to punch through the swarms so we can join up.
We may be needing your solution to this problem soon, Doctor.
Yes, since yours failed.
did.
Well done. The ship's taken heavy damage, but she'll survive.
Oh, we've bought ourselves some time. Let's hope it's enough. Julian, is your plan ready? It may be our best hope to end things now.
Maybe that dry food stuff that they do.
It's as ready as possible, Captain. The challenge of frontier medicine, I'm afraid, is that there is never enough time. I've created a program that will enable the Herc to synthesize the compound they need to come to their senses. I've also put together a core sample of the compound for them to utilize in mass production. That is the easy part.
And the hard part? What do you need to make this happen?
Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. Four Horsemen, that's one of their songs.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
From what we've learned about the Herc,
From
the best
their
way to make this
early
happen will be
years.
to enter the data into one of their core computer systems.
From their debut
It'll
album.
need to be a command-level system with fleet-wide override authority. Systems of that
I think it was from 83, I think.
Herc dreadnoughts.
There's a Herc dreadnought heading toward the planet.
No, so that was a year or two ago.
It's slow, so we should be able to intercept it. I recommend we engage that ship and disable it, if possible. We'll need to get a team on board to carry out Julian's plan.
I'll send some of my best. Dukan Rex will lead a Jem'Hadar away team, while Loris will assist Dr. Bashir.
Right. Let's get the away teams on that dreadnought before it calls for backup.
Loris and I have all we need. We're ready to beam over when you are. We'll need to find their central computer core. Once we're there, I'll begin the override process that will allow us to transmit our data on the cure. When that's done, we can instruct each ship in their fleet to replicate the cure and distribute it to every Herc on board. Of course, we need to reach the command center in one piece to do so.
Enemy life signs ahead. Get ready to fight. Proceed with caution. I'm reading numerous hazards in the area. This section of the ship has taken heavy damage.
Okay, piece of that's like fingering those teeth. It's like he's sleeping.
Oh, fun. And he's like, I'm just awesome.
That's why he made us with his water.
I'll fight a bunch of her. One of Nixie's least favorite enemies.
Excellent work. It's time for Loris and I to finish this. Keep your weapons handy, however. We're breaking into a secure computer system here. The Herc are bound to take offense. Keep them busy while we do our work, or this will be a wasted trip. I was saving time by inverting the feed now instead of later. I wouldn't even be in Starfleet anymore if it weren't for this Herc nonsense. Perhaps you know a faster way to translate Herc language and reverse engineer their technology. Almost ready here. The system needs the physical samples of the cure for final analysis and processing. Shall I proceed? Are you insane, Wei-Yun? That was our last hope.
How is this possible? You were in prison!
I was liberated by those who still serve the true founders. Not everyone is a traitor to the Dominion, after all.
There is only one traitor here, Wei-Yun. It's time you paid the price for your treachery.
Pathetic. You can't even kill someone properly. Allow me to instruct you. You! Jemadar! Make yourself useful. Kill them. Giving you an order! Open fire! Kill them, now!
I think not.
He's gone.
And not a moment too soon.
Bashir to command. Everyone, we have a problem.
That Herc fleet is about to attack our position. We need to give the doctor the time he needs to transmit data on the cure. Brilliant observation, Quark. What do you want?
Forgive my brother, Odo. We're here to help.
The Ferengi cavalry? I thought I'd seen everything.
Oh, the best is yet to come, Odo. Say hello to my dangerous friends.
Well, Quark, we're waiting.
Rom, where are they?
Lose something? Like your nerve, perhaps?
Long ago, Takuvma, the Unforgettable, lit the beacon of Kahless to restore glory to the Empire. Today, a new torchbearer, Worf, son of Moog, does the same. United, we now go to fight the enemy of our ancestors. Today, We will fight the Herc! I now hold the weapon they fear most. The Sword of Kalis has been returned to us! Join me now in honorable combat. Show the Herc what it truly means to be Klingon. For Kalis! For the Empire! Kapla!
Has given us more time in space, but the situation on the surface is dire. Herc's forces are breaking the Jem'Hadar defense lines. We need to do what we can to help. I'm beaming directly to the Great Link to aid my people.
The time has come. The Herc mean to ravage everything in their path. We will not allow it. We will stand against them, as Kalis once stood, defiant and proud. Fight well, and if need be, die well. Kapla!
Are you done with coffee? Because I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
My cup's empty anyway.
I like to take the kitchen.
Okay, fine.
Whom do we seek? Kalis! How do we find him? Together! Kalis, give us light to see forever! Will he hide from us always? Never!
It's worse than we thought. Most of the Jem'Hadar lines have been broken. Even the Great Link is in danger. I'm going to coordinate our defenses at the link. Meet me there.
Might be a bad idea.
Yeah.
We'll meet you there as soon as we can. And Odo, be careful.
The Jem'Hadar have come to our aid. Now, we will return.
Won't get mine. Oh boy.
Like well, good. Many hurt. Go there now. We are already dead.
In the open like this.
Odo to Kira. We're fortifying our position near the Great Lake.
Understood. We're on our way.
Man.
This kind of fun. Yeah.
Also forbidden to kill yourself if the founder dies in your presence. We need every able body in the fight.
There are more friendly life signs nearby. We should do what we can for them. This isn't on you, okay?
Joe.
focusing their attacks on the link. I've called for reinforcements, but most of our lines have been overrun. We're going to make a stand here and hope the Doctor's plan is successful. If not, if we fail, this may be the day the Doctor dies.
He wasn't born to attach. That's what you said that, that's what I said involved.
The Corps has been sent, but they may not arrive in time.
Yeah, I said that.
As always, till the end.
Remember, it's some kids gave me a very strange walk.
I'm not sure I like the way you said that.
Yeah.
No, now is not the time for this discussion.
Think that one time the thing started from great
It'll be a better time.
and told that one kid before flying the street they could give you what to do.
You do?
And the thing is, yes, and I, and he said it to what to do.
Yes.
And then it's going to be it.
Yeah.
I feel the same.
Yeah.
Are you hurt?
It's just a scratch. Fine. We're losing ground here, Odo. Keep fighting.
We can't hold this position much longer.
That's Jem'Hadar, for we're about to die, Doctor. Are you ready?
Not without the Ketracel components needed for the cure.
Ketracel. Yes. Victory.
Wait! Stop!
His wife.
No.
That's whatever.
That's Kirk.
Oh. Okay.
It seems the battle is over, but how? What happened up there, Doctor?
I believe Dukan Rex realized that his own body contained the Ketracel material I needed to finalize the cure. He extracted what we needed. Once the Herd were able to synthesize the cure, they came to their senses and called for an immediate ceasefire. Their forces are withdrawing as we speak. It's over, Odo. I won't say one. It's over.
I think the bullet is gone.
Yep.
Let's start.
There was nothing I could do for him on the Herc Dreadnought. The Ketracel extraction process was too devastating. Odo, you treated him like a son when we first found him on DS9, and I'm truly sorry.
He didn't even have a name when he left us. I'll make sure the name he found is never forgotten. I remember his first days on the station. All he wanted to do was fight. Didn't matter who. When he left, I thought I'd never see him again. Or if I did, it'd be as enemies. The man I met years later still knew how to fight, but his reasons for doing so had changed dramatically. I'm proud to have known him. I wish I could have done more in the end. I suppose you're right. I believe Captain Kira was looking for you. She was at the Temple of the Prophets last I checked. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to pay my respects. We'll talk more later.
And here we are, once again. It's been quite a journey, hasn't it? Funny you should mention that. After we got back, Starfleet Command offered me a number of postings, even the center chair on one of those shiny new cruisers. Tempting. But I chose to join the command staff here on DS9. Bajor and the Celestial Temple mean a lot to me, and this station is a good place to keep them both safe. Subtle, but you're not wrong. Odo and I have a lot to work out before we're back to where we were, but we've taken a few good steps in that direction. I think it'll work out. Eventually. He's a hard man to read sometimes.
It is good to see you once more. I was hoping we'd have a moment to speak on an important matter before your duties take you back to the stars. My thoughts often return to the Orb of Peace. It was no coincidence that it was found in the Gamma Quadrant, in the midst of two warring tribes. I believe it to be a message from the prophets, one of guidance in troubled times. Now that the conflict with the Herc has ended, I feel it's time to explore this omen more thoroughly. The recent vision experienced by Loris is truly remarkable. That the prophets would speak to a Vorta. Again, this is no coincidence. Simply put, I believe the orb is meant to broker a lasting peace between the people of our quadrants and the Dominion.
Hello again, my friend. It pleases me to see you. I have interesting news. Thankfully, no. Rather, it involves the Orb of Peace that you returned with Kaiopaka. It has spoken to me.
Yeah, he ran towards my room.
I've been exploring the meaning of that experience with the Kai and Captain Kira. They are, after all, experts on such matters. While we all find it curious that an orb of the prophets would speak to a Vorta, we also agree it would be foolish to ignore it. With the blessings of Founder Odo, I have been transferred to this quadrant to continue my studies of the orb and the prophets. I shall also serve as Founder Odo's representative here. Diplomacy is my specialty, after all. I'm sure we'll be seeing one another again. May the blessings of the Founders and the prophets be yours.
Thank you for coming to visit. After all we've been through, it means a lot to have friends. Even if it reminds me of the ones we miss. Speaking of reunions, I think General Martok is leading the charge against the Bloodwine at Quarks. I'm sure he'd want to congratulate you on another glorious victory. May the prophets watch over you.
We'll be here at DS9 until my ship is repaired. Fortunately, I have exclusive rights to the holo-sim of the battle. The sales of that alone will cover the cost of repairs, and then some. Some days, it's good to be the Grand Magus. I don't like to think about how close to disaster we were. Fortunately, there were people like you out there to bring us all back from the brink. All those adventures. You've got quite a story to tell. That reminds me. Have you ever considered making a holo-biography? I think your life story would be quite popular and profitable. I'll make you a very generous offer for the rights and cut you in on a share of the profits, say 25%. Search yourself. The offer still stands if you change your mind.
Oh, I'm so glad to see this come to an end. But not as glad as everyone back on Ferenginar. It's a celebration of Rule 35 like no one's ever seen before. I mean, peace may be good for business, but things are really getting out of hand. When word got out that the Gamma Quadrant was open for business, the new Latinum rush was on. Open borders and free trade policies. My husband was practically weeping with joy. Oh, poor Odo. He thought he had his hands full with Quark on DS9. Now, he's gonna have an entire quadrant full of Ferengi to deal with.
I am forever indebted to you. Without your efforts, I would walk the path of exile for the rest of my days. Now, I will help make amends for all that has happened during Zenketh's terrible crusade.
Okay, fine.
A hard-fought battle and a well-earned victory. And yet, we almost missed it. Our fleet would have never left the Empire if it weren't for the sword's return. Grilka tells me her former mate, Quark, had something to do with it. The sacred blade of Canis, returned to the Empire by a Ferengi. Madness! Yes, it was Worf's idea to ignite the beacon of Canis. A bold move, but it paid off. Only a coward could refuse such a call to arms. The legend of Caelus is stronger than ever. It would not surprise me if the High Council moved to create a new clone of the Emperor. There is great power in legend, after all.
That was quite the battle. I knew my father and uncle were up to something, but I didn't think it involved leading the Klingon fleet to the fight. That said, we wouldn't have pulled this off without you. Glad you were here for this. Starfleet's assigned the Chimera to peacekeeping duty in Herc space. We'll be working with the Joint Task Force to help the Herc get back on their feet again as well. There's a lot to be done, but we want to help them rejoin the galactic community. It is, but my crew is up for the challenge. They're some of Starfleet's best. Take care of yourself out there. Don't be a stranger.
Welcome back. Seeing as this is a private party and I'm in an unusually generous mood, you'll be getting the VIP discount on your drinks tonight. Did you take a hit to the head in that fight? I'm in a good mood. Not insane. Half off. Take it or leave it. That's more like it. Don't take it personally. You could be Odo. His drinks, 50% markup. Can I get you something? Interesting. There's a message from Garrick on my monitor here. Text only. He wants you to meet him at his old tailor shop. Maybe he's had enough of politics and wants to get back in the fashion game. Probably more profitable and easier on the nerves. I wouldn't keep him waiting if I were you. He looks for secrets when he gets bored, and trust me, he's not the person you want poking around in your business.
No, I got it.
Thank you for meeting me here. Strangely, I find it easy to center myself in this shop, even relax. Quite so. Cardassia is about to begin a new journey, as it were, and I'll be going along for the ride. Oh, it is. Cardassia has been offered membership in the Alliance, and we've accepted. Our seat at the table was hard-earned, but we're ready and grateful to join the ongoing efforts. Officer exchange programs have already begun. In fact, I suspect you'll be seeing more Cardassian faces in the future. I hope you show them the same courtesy as you've shown me in our shared adventures. Oh, I'll be spending time on Earth, Kronos, and New Romulus. The life of an ambassador is never dull, after all. Someone needs to make sure the Alliance doesn't forget about Cardassia. And I suppose that someone is me. I'll be sure to follow your exploits, of course. They'll be far more entertaining than economic forecasts and state functions, to be sure.
The conflict may be over, but there's still plenty of work to be done. The Lucari have offered to help the Herc restore their homeworld ecosystem, and they've accepted. Dr. Bashir will be working with us on this. It's our goal to ensure that no Herc will go without nourishment again. Some time ago, I hoped for a path to peaceful resolution to our troubles with the Herc. I'm happy to be part of such a solution, at last. Thank you for your efforts in getting us all to this point, to peace.
I believe our fearless leaders would like to have a word with you next.
There have been some significant diplomatic events since your return from the Gamma Quadrant. First, the Dominion is joining the Alliance. Having them as allies will take some getting used to. The opportunity was too great to ignore. As a condition to joining the Alliance, we requested that the Founders take steps to free the Jem'Hadar from their addiction to Ketracel White. I'm happy to say that Ambassador Odo is inclined to comply with that request. It will make things interesting in the Gamma Quadrant, to be sure. Still, it's been a long time coming. The Jem'Hadar should be able to live their lives freely.
The Harvest Cool sector has been designated as independent from the Dominion, and a Herc neutral zone has been established around it. The Empire will join the Federation and the Republic in keeping the peace between the Dominion and the Herc. We have experience in enforcing a neutral zone, after all. Martok's use of the beacon and the return of the blade has led to a renewed interest in Kahless throughout the Empire. Some say that Martok stands with honor next to great heroes like Tukuvma, Folk, Laurel, and Kang. As if getting along with a stubborn old Targ wasn't difficult enough, his ego will be larger than Mount Hamar at this rate. It is fortunate that Martok has little in the way of political aspirations. Otherwise, I may need to kill him. Again.
I have initiated a dialogue between the Dominion and the Karema. In light of recent events, I feel it is imperative that their conflict is resolved peacefully. Whether that results in an independent Karema or not remains to be seen, but I shall endeavor to help them reach a result that is beneficial for both parties.
Things are finally settling down around here. Well, as much as it ever settles down, that is. Well, there's a lot to be done with the Herc, and being part of Starfleet will help me make things happen in that regard. When I'm not here, I'll be working with the Lucari and the crew of the USS Aventine to help the Herc get back on their feet. Indeed, but I happen to be married to the captain of the Aventine, so it won't be, too bad. The kids won't be joining us until Kumake and her team restore Havas Cool to a more habitable state, however. I'm sure we'll see each other again soon. But until then, be safe out there. Doctor's orders.
The Dominion is about to go through a number of changes, liberating the Jem'Hadar from the White, phasing out the Founders' benevolent dictatorship, establishing a safe haven for the Herc. Needless to say, I'm going to be very busy for quite some time. No, there are still a number of Founders within the Great Link who will be very resistant to change. I'd like to think they're outnumbered by those willing to take a more democratic approach, however. The last thing anyone needs is a Dominion civil war. Also, not all of the Herc were cured. We'll be dealing with rogue swarms for some time. I hope we can call on you in the future if we run into that special kind of trouble you have a talent for dealing with. Oh, and speaking of trouble, you might keep an eye on Quark. That little act of heroism with the Sword of Kahless will make him bolder than ever.
First, our founder Odo has decreed that we will use our new knowledge to remove the Jem'Hadar dependency upon the Ketracel White. As soon as you leave, we will disseminate this information to your medical officers. You will still be able to benefit from the rush in battle, but you will no longer require Ketracel White for your survival. Glory to the Founders for their wisdom. You are free to depart from Deep Space Nine when you are ready. This meeting is classified. It has come to my attention that you have been engaged in secret correspondence with the Elder First, Dukan Rex. With the passing of the Elder First, a great void has been created within your ranks. I do abhor a vacuum, and I believe it is your calling to fill that void. Continue your exemplary service. Honor the sacrifice of Dukan Rex. Let this victory enrich your life with the blessings of the Founders.
The future of the Dominion is uncertain for the first time in many years. Without the Founder and her unbreakable will at the center of it all, the Gamma Quadrant will undoubtedly go through a great deal of turmoil. I'll do what I can to maintain order and keep the peace, but it's going to be challenging, to say the least. For now, what matters to me is that you fought for the Dominion when we needed it the most. I won't forget that. And thanks to the Great Link, neither will the Founders. Thank you. I hope we meet again under much better circumstances.
We have a diplomatic mission for you. An important Vulcan ambassador is traveling from his homeworld to the monastery at Pajem. Capturing the ambassador would be a major coup for the Klingons or Orions, so we're assigning you to make sure everything goes smoothly. You are to escort Ambassador Soketh to Pajem. Please meet him at Vulcan. Once you locate him, speak with him about the transport mission. Do whatever is necessary to keep him safe.
You are now in sector space. Here ships travel at warp speed between systems. Combat does not take place in sector space.
I have no idea. No caller ID anyway.